Hey everyone, Cynthia Maynard here, and excuse my voice, it's like the cold that will not go. So what I have here is my July 2016 Simon Says Stamp card kit, and I'm going to use the cool water brush that they gave us. You just simply unscrew it, put the water in to the barrel here, and screw it back on. It's got this nice lid, and then you just squeeze it on the barrel, and you can see the water comes right out. So those are great tools to have. They last a long time, and it's great. It's got a great sort of medium size all-purpose sort of brush that goes with it. So I also have their little ink pads in the slate golden locks. Can't read that. Steel blue and some thistle, and then the stamp set. So I am going to kind of take the watercolor paper that they gave us. It's textured on one side and smooth on the other. I'm going to use the textured side, and it's cut to a standard 5.5 by 4.25. It's plastic packaging here. That'll wipe off, and then it might be easier to take from there, I think. So I'm going to put the two lighter ones over there, and then my blue, and then my slate, and then it's kind of like a watercolor palette. Alright, so continuing on, and then of course how much water you let out will kind of determine the intensity of the color. And then you can use your paper towel to kind of blot that and clean your brush. Pretty colors. Needs to be a nice working brush. I've used the Pentel water brushes before, and I really like those. Alright, and then the slate. We'll use that to kind of... And then some feathering will occur if it's still wet. And then it will lend to your design a little bit here. I'm not going to go too overboard with the slate. I'm just going to try to highlight, define, use it as more of a defining element there. Then if you don't want it stark white on the edges, you can kind of really water down one of the colors and use that as sort of a background color if you don't want the stark white. If that makes sense. This is kind of blending out. I can need a little bit more down here. Alright. Then you can dry that overnight. You can dry it with your heat tool. So before I decide about the sentiment, I am going to go ahead and stamp my flower. I think that'll help me think through my sentiment. So I'm taking the slate ink that comes with the kit, and I'm just inking up that flower. And I'm going to kind of see what happens here. And it's going to kind of give, my paper's still slightly damp. That's okay, I don't mind the little bit of like washed out, distressed feel there. If you don't want that, you could use some archival ink, and that'll be fine, or just dry your paper more. A second for the ink to get into the paper. And let's see here. Trying to give more of a center. Like so. Then I've got these little dots here that I think I'm going to make sort of a speckled pattern with those. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. The slate blue. So I just put them in sort of a random little pattern on my block. And then to make it more random, you can kind of turn it around Hopefully it's not going to look like little faces. Just kind of giving a little bit of a spray effect. You could even double stamp to get sort of the second generation stamping. Then that will give some variety to that as well, like so. Alright, now to address our sentiment. I think I will go ahead and use this paper, and it's so pretty with the speckles and the colors and mustard and gray and pink. What's not to love about that? Alright, so I've got my sentiment on there, a note to say hello, and I am going to use the slate ink here. I love these kits. There's so much you can do. Alright, a note to say hello, and then we're going to kind of cut this out. I like to conserve as much paper as I can because I really love, and I'm going to use some decorative scissors, not decorative sisters. I don't know why I say sisters so much. I only have one sister. But I'm going to use some decorative scissors to kind of shore up these lines here, make it look like I ripped it. From EK Tools, and I was cleaning my basement the other day and I just found them. This is long before I got into paper crafting, and it's kind of funny that I had this whole set of decorative scissors. I think I used them for a Sunday school class for my girls to kind of make some like Mother's Day cards or something, and then so I bought a pack, and no idea what I was doing, but funny how now I was like shopping in my own craft room. Got my little cutout that looks like I ripped it. It's lots of fun. Longer than this one. I'm totally winging it here. Which don't be afraid to do. Alright, and then I think I use my scissors on these. We have a little, I like that better. That's a little pop of color. We can go this way with it. Like that. Cut a little bit off. There, like so, and then we're just going to go ahead and attach that with some adhesive. Alright, so I cut down my watercolor paper to just under an A2 size card, and I cut a panel of the yellow that came with my kit that also matches my little sentiment here, and I'm just going to attach these with some score tape. Use whatever method you like. I just find that this works for me. For this type of application anyway. Get up in these corners. Alright, and then we're going to just center that best I can without sticking my head in the camera. Like that. And then I'm going to pop this up on foam adhesive just to give it a little poof away from the rest of the panel there. So I've just got some foam squares. Put that right about there. If you're sending it in the mail and you felt like that was too poofy, you can just adhere it flat to the thing. I'm going to stick another glue dot under there, I think. A little too wobbly for me. Alright, that makes me feel better. Okay. Alright, and then we just attach it to a card panel, and then you can decorate the envelope and everything according to, you know, the things that we put on our card already. So we can just use some white cardstock, or you can use your slate, or whatever you have available to you. You just simply fold that over and attach it to your card panel. So yeah, a little fun with our watercolor paper, a watercolor brush, some stamping, and some layering, and everything except for the scissors came in the foam adhesive, came in your pack. So you know, lots of fun stuff to play with there in that set. It's a really neat card kit. It's really, really pretty, and I like how that turned out. kind of a summery color-y water card. Kind of happy colors. Cheer somebody up. Note to say hello. All right, guys. Simon Says Stamp is cool. Card kits. Check out their website and subscribe to those monthly card kits if you haven't already. And they are a lot of fun to get and open up. And if you like this video, go ahead and please hit that thumbs up. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can stay in the loop. This is an art lifestyle channel, so that way you will be in the know what's going on and getting posted several times a week. And thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.